Thank you for joining Wars of the Roses as we continue with Part 7, The Holy Royal Arch, Book 11, Freemasonry, from Secret Societies of All Ages, Volume 2, by Charles William Heckethorn. 7. The Holy Royal Arch. 405. Officers. The members of this degree, founded about the year 1766, are denominated companions. There are 9 officers, the chief of whom in England is Zerubbabel, a compound word meaning the bright Lord, the sun. He rebuilds the temple and therefore represents the sun risen again. The next officer is Jeshua, the high priest. The third, Haggai, the prophet. These 3 compose the Grand Council principals, and senior and junior sojourners form the base. Ezra and Nehemiah, senior and junior scribes, one on each side, janitor or tiler without the door. The companions assembled make up the sides of the arch, representing the pillars Yakin and Boaz. In front of the principal stands an altar, inscribed with the names of Solomon, Hiram, king of Tyre, and Hiram Abif. 406. Ceremonies. On entering the chapter, the companions give the sign of sorrow in imitation of the ancients mourning for the loss of Osiris. 9 companions must be present at the opening of a Royal Arch chapter. Not more nor less than 3 are permitted to take this degree at the same time, the 2 numbers making up the 12, the number of zodiacal signs. The candidates are prepared by tying a bandage over their eyes and coiling a rope 7 times round the body of each, which unites them together with 3 feet of slack rope between them. They then pass under the living arch, which is made by the companions either joining their hands and holding them up, or by holding their rods or swords so as to resemble a Gothic arch. This part of the ceremony used to be attended in some lodges with a deal of tomfoolery and rough horseplay. The companions would drop down on the candidates, who were obliged to support themselves on their hands and knees. And if they went too slowly, it was not unusual for one or more of the companions to apply a sharp point to their bodies to urge them on. Trials, such as the candidates for initiation into the ancient mysteries had to go through, were also imitated in the Royal Arch. But few, if any, lodges now practice these tricks, fit only for Christmas pantomimes. The candidates, after taking the oath, declare that they come in order to assist at the rebuilding of Solomon's temple, whereupon they are furnished with pickaxes, shovels and crowbars, and retire. After a while, during which they are supposed to have been at work and to have made a discovery, they return and state that on digging for the new foundation, they discovered an underground vault, into which one of them was let down and found a scroll, which on examination turns out to be the long-lost Book of the Law. They set to work again and discover another vault, and under that a third. The sun, having now gained his meridian height, darts his rays to the center and shines on a white marble pedestal on which is a plate of gold. On this plate is a double triangle, and within the triangles some words they cannot understand. They therefore take the plate to Zerubbabel. There the whole mystery of Masonry, as far as known to Masons, is unveiled. What the Masons had long been in search of is found, for the mysterious writing in a triangular form is the long-lost sacred word of the Master Mason, which Solomon and King Hiram deposited there, as we have seen in the Master's degree. This word Jabulon equals Jah plus Bel plus On, Hebrew, Assyrian and Egyptian names of the sun, is the logos of Plato and St. John, the omnific word. But the above compound name, intended to bear the same import, is substituted by modern Masons. It is communicated to the candidates in this way. The 3 principals and each 3 companions form the triangles, and each of the 3 takes his left-hand companion by the right-hand wrist and his right-hand companion by the left-hand wrist, forming 2 distinct triangles with the hands and a triangle with their right feet, amounting to a triple triangle, and then pronounce the following words, each taking a line in turn. As we 3 did agree in peace, love, and unity, the sacred word to keep, so we 3 do agree in peace, love, and unity. The sacred word to search until we 3, or 3 such as we, shall agree, this Royal Arch chapter to close. The right hands, still joined as a triangle, are raised as high as possible, and the word given at low breath in syllables, so that each companion has to pronounce the whole word. It is not permitted to utter this omnific word above the breath. Like the name Jehovah, or it would shake heaven and earth if pronounced aloud. Zerubbabel next makes the new companions acquainted with the 5 signs used in this degree and invests them with the badges of royal arch masonry, the apron, sash, and jewel. The character on the apron is the triple tau, one of the most ancient of emblems, and Masons call it the emblem of emblems, with a depth that reaches to the creation of the world and all that is therein. This triple tau is a compound figure of 3 T's, called tau in Greek. Now this tau or T is the figure of the old Egyptian nilometer, used to ascertain the height of the inundation. It was a pole crossed with 1 or more transverse pieces. As on the inundation depended the subsistence, the life of the inhabitants, the nilometer became the symbol of life, health, and prosperity, and was thought to have the power of averting evil. It thence became an amulet, and in this manner was introduced among Masonic symbols. 407. Passing the veils. In some chapters, the ceremony called passing the veils is omitted, but to make the account of Royal Arch Masonry complete, I append it here. The candidate is introduced blindfold, his knees bare and his feet slipshod, with a cable tow round his waist. The high priest reads Exodus 3, 1 through 6 and 13, 14, and the candidate is informed that I am is the password from the first to the second veil. He is also shown a bush on fire. He is then led to the second veil, which on giving the password he passes, and beholds the figure of a serpent and Aaron's rod. The high priest reads Exodus 4, 1 through 5, and the candidate is told to pick up the rod cast down before him, that the act is the sign of passing the second veil, and that the passwords are Moses, Aaron, and Eleazar. He then passes the guard of the third veil. The high priest reads Exodus 4, 6 through 9, and the candidate is informed that the leprous hand and the pouring out of the water are the signs of the third veil, and that holiness to the Lord are the passwords to the sanctum sanctorum. He is shown the Ark of the Covenant, the table of shewbread, the burning incense, and the candlestick with 7 branches. Then follow long lectures to explain the words and symbols, but their quality may be inferred from the following specimen. This triangle is also an emblem of geometry, and here we find the most perfect emblem of the science of agriculture, not a partial one like the Basilidian, calculated for one particular clime, but universal, pointed out by a pair of compasses issuing from the center of the sun and suspending a globe denoting the earth, and thereby representing the influence of that luminary over the creation, admonishing us to be careful to perform every operation in its proper season, that we lose not the fruits of our labor. What a farmer would say to, or what profit he could derive from this universal science of agriculture, or whether he needs the admonishing symbol, I am at a loss to imagine. The triple tau, according to the lecture, means templum hiero soliense, also clavis ad thesaurem, res ipsa pretiosa, and several other things equally true. But, continues the lecturer, these are all symbolical definitions of the symbol, which is to be simply solved into an emblem of science in the human mind, and is the most ancient symbol of that kind, the prototype of the cross, and the first object in every religion or human system of worship. This is the grand secret of Masonry, which passes by symbols from superstition to science. How far all this is from the true meaning of the cross and triple tau may be seen by reference to 53. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Roses. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.